I'm Angie. Welcome to RV 360 by National Indoor RV Centers, where we have all the details on the latest coaches. NIRVC is a trusted resource with RV lifestyle specialists who are here to help you find your dream coach. NIRVC also supports you well after the sale with storage, service, and detailing. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm super excited to show you the 2027 Tiffin Allegro Bay. Now, isn't this a beautiful coach? I'm going to tell you all the details about it today. This is the 38AB, and there are two other floor plans you can choose from. But before we get into all of that, a couple of things I want to cover. First of all, I'm going to break my video down into chapters. So if there's a specific point or part that you want to see, you can jump right to that part. But make sure you go back and watch the whole video so you get all the details. Secondly, I love to share all this information with you, but I really love selling these beautiful coaches. So make sure when after you've done your research, you've called us at National Indoor RV Centers, want to emphasize that point. Give us a chance to earn your business. We want to sell you the coach of your dreams, and we want to have customers for life. So we're not about just selling you the coach. We want to help you with service. We provide storage, paint and body, Bob Moses ceramic coating. We do it all. So make sure you give us that call so that we can help you get into the coach of your dreams. Now, I don't want to hear, well, you weren't in the, state that I live in or the town that I live in. Well, guess what? We figured that out. So we have a fly to buy program. So when you find the coach of your dreams, we will fly you to whatever location across the United States that we are in for you to pick up your coach. So we've taken that problem off the table. We'll take care of you. And just remember, we do financing, we take in trades, we take in consignments, we do it all. So make sure you give us a call and we will help you. As you're watching the video, if you see something that you like or if there's something you want to know more about, make sure you drop a comment to me so I can get back to you. And to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, make sure you hit the like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified when a video drops. Now check out this beautiful Super C. So the very top, that is your seamless one-piece gel-coated molded fiberglass roof cap. You've got 5¼ inches of insulation in your roof. You've got the aluminum framing, so you're not going to have to worry about that. Plus, they added that nice new window, so anyone that's sleeping up there can wake up with the sun, or you have a nice little blackout shade so that you can sleep till noon if you want. But it's really great. Then we've got the Tiffin badging, which looks great, and then our windshield wipers, and then we've got our engine compartment here. And I'm going to go ahead and just show you what that looks like inside. Really easy to get into this front cap. So now with one hand, it just opens that easy. I just going to stop it there. So starting here, we've got our fuse and relay box, and then we have our dipstick for our oil, and then our oil fill is on top of the engine block. We have our trans dipstick and fill, fuel filter, power steering fluid, and fuel water separator. On the other side, we have our coolant, and then our air inlet manifold heater and our air filter minder. So when it gets up to that red line, you need to change it. Windshield wiper fluid and our radiator. Isn't this a beautiful coach? There's a lot of people that are wanting solid colors in their Super Cs. White's very popular. Some people keep it white, some people will wrap it. So it's great to have that option. There are several colors and colors also that have the painted graphics as well. You do have the full paint with 3 coats of clear coat on your paint job, and then we went with the blackout package. So you get the blacked out aluminum wheels, and then you'll see that your handles are blacked out, the badging is blacked out, so just makes it look really cool against that white. And to protect that beautiful paint job, we've got the diamond shield across the front cap, and make sure that you get your coach ceramic coated. So we have partnered with Bob Moses Ceramic Coating. That's going to protect this beautiful paint job. In fact, I have a video of a white Jeep going through mud, and literally the mud's just rolling off it, rolling off the windshield, rolling off the Jeep. And that's what that ceramic coat does for your coach. Protects it, and then you have an 8-year warranty on it. So it gives it a mirror-like finish. You're gonna absolutely love it. And then we've got the 295 Michelin tires up front. Another thing that you want to make sure you add to your coach when you're purchasing from National Indoor RV Centers is Retroband. Retroband is a run flat device made specifically for motorhomes, for the weight of motorhomes. And I'm telling you, it will give you peace of mind. It's going to protect your investment. It's going to protect your life. Make sure you go and check out my Retroband video. So we have our first marker light for the passenger side of the coach, and then we go to our exterior mirrors. Your mirrors are lifesavers. You're going to have camera systems and everything in these coaches, but I always default back to my mirrors. You'll just manually adjust those and get them just right before you take off for your drive. Check out the molded fiberglass steps as you go into your coach and come out. You've got the plating here, keep you from slipping, so that's nice. And then we have our camera. So when you turn on your blinkers, your right and your left blinker, you're gonna be able to see down the full side of your coach as you're making turning or making those lane changes when you're on the freeway. With your Tiffin, you get the Noble Select automotive-like fiberglass walls with all composite substrates, so you don't have any wood in your walls. They withstand the elements, and they are pretty much puncture resistant. So they're very sturdy, and then they give you that nice, beautiful finish. Check out the beautiful squared, frameless, tinted windows throughout. And then we have the nice Girard slide toppers and Girard awning. So speaking of awnings, I want to go ahead and extend the Girard awning so you can see how much shade it's going to provide. So you can see that that Girard awning with that extra Nova pitch does give a nice amount of shade. You can also bring the control panel right outside. It just magnets inside. So if you want to go ahead and bring it back in, you can just hit the button and retract your awning. Now you are going to have a shake sensor on your awning, but in my opinion, those are about a couple seconds too late. If you've got a strong wind that picks up, you want to be out by your coach so that you can bring that awning in. I just hate to see coaches sitting alone in a campground, no cars or people around, and the awning's out, like recipe for disaster. So you do have that protection of the shake sensor, but I would rather be safe than sorry and just bring it in if I'm not out enjoying the shade by my coach. All right, let's go ahead and check out these storage compartments. They are massive. And before we go there, first of all, I want to talk about these doors. So first of all, I can put all my weight on these doors and it didn't budge. They are so strong. And my other thing that I love about them, you don't have to slam them. Like open, open. You're not going to throw your shoulders out trying to shut these doors. In fact, I'm going to have to remind myself over and over again not to slam them. So really love that about the doors, nice and strong, because so many times we're down here working in, our storage bays. And then as we get older, we need a little help getting up, and we're going to hold on to the doors and pull ourselves up. You're not going to have any issues with your doors in doing that. So we've got this huge compartment here. There's no dividers. So the next door is going to open up so I can put long things in here. Plus I've got the pass-through space here, and we've got our telescoping ladder here if we need to get up on the roof and do an inspection there, but we can do that for you at National Indoor RV Centers. And then we've got our 12-volt receptacle here, 110 outlet. So if you want to add an exterior freezer, this is easily the compartment that you can do that in here. The controls for your Girard awning. Now, for some reason, if that control isn't working that I showed you earlier, you do have buttons to control that, take it in and out here on the actual device. And then you've got 2 more 110 outlets, lighted bay. You can turn that off, or you can have those lights come on automatically when your doors open it up. Next, big compartment. Again, that's a continuation of the first compartment. So tons of space here, give you an idea of how much space you have. And then you have the pass-through area across the top. So midship, we have our patio light, nice bright LED light. Then we have the vent for our microwave. Nice window, and check out that TV. So it's really nice too, is in case you don't have your shade out and you still want to watch TV and you don't want to have that glare of the sun, well, guess what? It swivels. So pulls out and swivels, so you can direct it in the perfect place so that you can get it away from the glare of the sun and still enjoy the TV. And then you have a sound bar up top. Marker lights. And then we have our hydraulic pump and reservoir. So all of your slides are hydraulic. And when you're taking your slides in and out, watch out. They are so fast. Tiffin has the fastest slides, and I absolutely love it, because most of the time you're like fingers on the button, or you're waiting. Tiffin, it's like whoop, whoop, in and out, very fast. So I love that. So there's the reservoir and the pump. Then you've got more storage here and your filter for your central vac. So you've got this huge storage compartment here, and then you can see your holding tanks above. Just so you know, you get a massive freshwater tank. I had to double check my specs. 150 gallon freshwater tank, 70 gray and 45 black. Another huge compartment here, and this also houses your surge guard, transfer switch, and reverse polarity protection. So this is going to protect you one time. I always recommend to all my guests that you should have a second surge protector put into your coach. Either put it at the end of your 50 amp shore power cord. It can be stolen, unfortunately, that can happen. Or at National Indoor RV Centers, we can install it in your bay with your 50 amp shore power cord, or possibly even here, but you just want to have that extra insurance, extra protection. More storage here. And we've got extra tiles. So if we ever have an issue with a cracking tile or something inside of our coach, Tiffin's given us a few extras so we can replace those, and they come from the same batch and they'll be a perfect match. As I come around the rear cap, again, we have that one-piece gel-coated molded fiberglass rear cap. We've got the marker light at the top, and then the Allegro Bay badging with our rear view camera, that nice big window that you get in the rear of the coach when you have a Super C. That's one of the bonuses. High brake lights, and then we have the fuel fill for our diesel 100-gallon diesel fuel tank. Now we have a hitch rating of 12,000 pounds. We have the brake sync from Freightliner that comes standard, and you've got your 7-way for your lights. This also has the rear sway bar, and it has the custom tuned Sachs shock absorbers. As I come around the driver's side of the coach, we have our first compartment here. We have our 250 diesel aqua hot. That's going to be your on-demand hot water and furnace, and your exhaust is right here. So make sure you don't touch that. If that's been running, that will be hot. Then you've got the coolant for the aqua hot, and also your oil filter for the aqua hot. Now, if you look up at the very top there, you see that's where your telescoping ladder attaches to the side of the coach. You just link it up over that attachment there, and then you can go on top of the roof, check out your roof, make sure everything looks nice and sealed well. Next compartment is our Awning 8,000 watt diesel generator. So here's your exhaust. Again, watch out for that. If you've been running it, that's going to be warm. You can also start and stop your generator from here, and you have your generator hours and your coolant fill. Here is the vent for your dryer. And we've got our 50 amp shore power cord here. And it is a power, so we're gonna thread that right through here so that when we are plugged into the park, we don't have to worry about critters getting into our coach. We can shut everything off. And then we do have the power reel for it to go back in, which is a favorite of mine. Well, anyone that's ever had one wants it powered, I promise you. And then we've got the water filter for the whole coach. Back here we have the dump station, so we can connect our Stinky Slinky right through there. And then we've got our T-bars here for our gray tank and our black tank. And you do have a little, you can seal that off too. Behind this door is the potable water fill. So if you need to take extra water with you, if you're dry camping for a long time, this is where you'd fill your freshwater tank. Then behind this, Tiffin is always thinking ahead. So this is gives you access to behind the refrigerator freezer. If you need to turn off the water for some reason, or if you need a service, you can easily get to the back of the refrigerator and freezer from that. Here's our engine exhaust, marker lights. Then we have our wet bay. So we have the cable tripod here, the internet input, our solar input if you have a mobile solar unit that you're using, our pump switch for our water pump, and then our GFCI protected 2 110 outlets. Then we have our external shower, which is really nice. You can clean off out here before you go into the coach, especially if you've been out, you know, motorcycle riding or whatever all day long. You can rinse everything off and then head into the coach. Here's the lever for your tank fill and your city water, and your city water connection and your tank flush. You've got your low point drains down here, and you can see that I believe this is your freshwater tank. Remember, that's 150-gallon freshwater tank. And then you have your water pump. Next up is our second big compartment here. So nice big storage compartment. Remember, this doesn't have any divider between it. You've got the pass-through area up top. Few of the things that come standard with your coach, your hoses for your central vac and your sewer hose. Second compartment, again, that's just massive, big storage compartment with the pass-through area. You can see that you've got your 2000-watt Xantrax inverter, and then you've got your breakers that you can push in and out. You've also got your house battery disconnect and your inverter disconnect. So if we are not lucky enough to have you as a storage customers at one of our locations where we store at least 300 coaches indoors, plugged into 50 amp service at all times. When you're storing your coach, if you're not plugged in 50 amp service, you want to make sure you hit those disconnects so that you don't have any parasitic draw on your batteries. Nothing worse than coming back to a coach that's dead. And behind this compartment, very important compartment, this houses our house batteries and our chassis batteries. And we've got a quick connect airline. We have our second camera that's going to give us that shot down the left side of the coach when we turn on our left blinker. And then we have the DEF. So this is our fill for our DEF tank. That's a 10-gallon tank. A couple things about DEF. It does not like sunlight. It does not like heat. And it has about a year shelf life. So if you're buying it at Walmart and having it travel with you, just make sure you're watching that expiration date. If you're getting it at the pump, you're going to be fine. Then we've got our steps to get in and our engine block heater. I love showing you the outside of the coach. I'm even more excited to take you inside. Let's go take a look. Welcome to the beautiful interior of the 38 AB Allegro Bay. So this is the Arrowhead interior package. We paired it with the Articulo white tile, porcelain tile floor, and then we have the platinum cabinets. So I think it's really lovely, really light and bright and airy, and kind of opens up the space. And what I'm always impressed with Tiffin is look how big your space is here. Even when I bring the slides in, you're going to be able to see that you're going to be able to have plenty of a walkway, but we just have this massive living room kitchen area, which I absolutely love. So before we get started, let's talk about what's behind me here. This is our little over cab bunk room, and I love this. All you have to do is hook in the ladder to hop up here. Now, what I really like is that you can easily push that up so that you can access the cab and not even really realize there's a bunk there. So that's super easy. And then when you're ready to sleep on it, just pull it down and you've got your bed. So let's check out the very front of the bed. That's where that nice big window is. I absolutely love the window. The kids love the window. Plus it makes the place just feel bigger and not quite, I mean, actually you have a lot of space here, but it just doesn't feel as confined when you have that window. So they can watch the stars at night. Then you can pull out the blackout shades, and they can, you know, have a really nice sleep and not be woken up by the sun. Then we've got our little accent lighting here, and we've got our storage pods on the left hand side. Now we've got a USB and USB-C charging port on both sides, and we've got the little accent light that we can turn on and off for this area, and the 2 110 outlets. And then this bunk area has its own TV, so you can use it just exclusively for the kiddos in the bunk, or you can release the tab here and then you can pull it out and even watch it from the theater seats. So that's really nice that you have that option of that extra TV if you'd like it. And then we've got the privacy drape. So privacy drape, pull that across. The kiddos can have their own space. You've got your own space. And then I see a lot of people that use this space for extra storage. So if you've got to take a lot of things with you, you don't have the space for it, this is a great place to store it. And then you just shut the curtain and no one sees whatever you're bringing along with you. So let's check out the storage that we have above the doorway here. So we have the little control here for our Girard awning. Like I said, you can just take that right out, just magnets in place. But you've got your light switch here. You can lock it and unlock it, bring it in and out and stop it. And then it just goes right back into place so that you don't lose it. Then we've got the blackout shade for the front door. That's super important. And then you've got the nice screen door so you can bring in that fresh air when you want it. Here's your Xantrac panel here. This is where you can monitor the inverter and it will let you know if there's any faults. You can see the charge, if the inverter's on, low battery, faults, and then you can scroll through your different options here. You can also extend and retract your slide rooms from this right here. And to do those, to extend or retract the slide rooms, you do have to have the park brake set and your key in ignition mode. Otherwise, your slide rooms will not come in or out. Then we've got our first spider panel. You're going to see these throughout the coach. So right here at the home panel, you can turn on those entry lights, the porch light, living room lights, lock and unlock the door here. You can have a master on, and then you can just turn this whole panel off and then touch it to turn it back on. But if that's going to bother someone while sleeping, you can do that. Then you can go to your tank levels. You can watch those from here and see the battery level for your house and your chassis batteries. And then you've got your screen brightness. You can adjust the brightness here. You can turn your house batteries on here, on and off, right when you walk in. And then your step. Once you get to the campground, you don't want that step on because every time you open the door, that step's going to extend. You want to lock it in place so that it doesn't needlessly go in and out. So you're going to turn it off once you get to your resort. So the theater seating is the best with the whole Tiffin product. Very, very, very comfortable. We've optioned it in here. That seems to be what our guests like the most, is this theater seating. But you just sit back. I'm telling you, it's so comfy. It's powered. So, and you can adjust the backrest. You've got the USB-C charging port right there. You've got cup holders, and you have more storage in here. So behind the theater seats, we have our window. I love that they're nice square windows and then they open. So you can get that fresh breeze in, cross breeze, which is everyone I know has been asking and loves to have the windows open, especially if you're out dry camping, you really want to bring that foresty smell in. And then if you want to just have your screen so no bugs get in, you can do that. Open or black it out. So it's that easy to black out your whole coach. Love that. You're going to have that across the board and pretty much all your windows. There are a few windows, I think in the bedroom, that you only have the blackout shade. So you have storage above the theater seating. You've got no divider there, one divider here, and it's nice and deep. Notice the reading lights that you have all the way across. And then our accent lighting. We have another display panel here and 2 USB ports. So across from the theater seating, this is a new option and I absolutely love it. It's my favorite. When you have the theater seat across from a sofa, it's always going to be tighter when you bring your slides in. And most of my guests don't use that extra sofa too often, especially when you've got the bed over the cab and you've got the bed in the dinette. So you've already got 2 beds. Plus, I know my grandkids, they would just sleep in the theater seats because they are so comfy. So across from here, we put the cabinet with the fireplace, and check out this. So look at all that storage that you have behind the fireplace. And the fireplace is remote controlled. So you can turn it on, you can just have it for ambient lighting, kind of set the mood, or you can actually have it heat up. And boy, this is the quickest way to take the chill off your coach. No better way, I'm telling you. It's so nice, really quick, warms up this area. So if you've been out having fun in the cold all day, you want to come in and get warm and cozy, this is the way to do it. And then check out the storage. And then 2 more drawers. you pick up a ton of storage between the drawers and the big drawer behind the fireplace with this option. And then you still get your windows that open. So again, you can get that cross breeze, and then you've got your nice big TV and sound bar. Next up, we have our booth dinette. What I like about the booth dinette, first of all, there's no leg there, so you don't have to work around that. And then it's really nice to just sit back, relax. So it almost gives you another lounge chair. If it's, just a couple of you in here, I love that. And it's also gonna make into a bed. You've got 2 seat belts in the forward facing booth. And you do have access to storage below and your subwoofer, and storage on the other side as well, along with your seat belts. Now we're just gonna go ahead and make this a bed. So you're just going to push the lever to the other side, push it down into place. Now you're gonna put your mattress or your cushions back. I typically like to make it sort of like a teepee, and then you just push them down together. Gives you a nice sleeping area for your kiddos. Check out the nice big windows by the dinette, also an emergency egress window. You've got 2 110 outlets to the side of the window, and more storage above. So I really love the setup of this kitchen. You get a lot of counter space. I like that it sinks over here. Nice big kitchen window with the beautiful backsplash. And then we've got storage here. More storage, adjustable shelves. All that storage with adjustable shelves. Then we have our microwave, convection oven, and air fryer. So 3-in-1. That's a lot less appliances that you need to carry with you. You don't have to have that air fryer. You can do it right here in your microwave, which is great. You've got another spider panel here, and you have 2 110 outlets up above. So if you want to put a coffee pot on the table, you can. Also, you can get some little sticky stuff. I used to use this Flora tape, which I can't find anymore, but you can get from 3M clear sticky stuff, so you can like leave your coffee pot out or your toaster out if that's something that you use every day and you don't want to take in and out when you're traveling. So you can look for that. Also, if you want some more tips and tricks just about RVing in general, I have a whole series called the RVing 101, and I have a 4-part series that shows me planning for a trip, getting ready for a trip, going on the trip, setting up camp, breaking down camp, all the things. And if you're new to RVing, I think that you may find that helpful. So make sure you check that out. Then we have an extended countertop here. So you have countertop. Look at all that countertop. This is kind of like what I'd say the entertaining coach. This is where the party can happen. Of course, we want the party, the tailgate to happen outside, but what if you have bad weather? Look at all the space you have for your buffet. You can set up food here, prep food here, and then you've got all your drawers. And check out all of these drawers, and a little silverware drawer. Love that. And they're soft close. Then we've got the dishwasher, and I love that it's up high so it's easy to get to. And another great big drawer there below. More storage, and then we've got our cooktop here too. So if you're not using the cooktop, again, you've got all this extra prep space, but then when you need it, this just folds back so easy. You got your 2-burner induction cooktop. All you need are pots and pans that a magnet will attach to, and we'll work on here. What's really nice about the induction is that they warm up super fast and they cool down super fast. So you're going to be able to boil water really quickly with that induction cooktop and cookware. And then when you remove the pan, it cools down very quick. We've got our residential faucet with the little cord on it, which is nice. You can get to all the corners. And then we have our double bowl stainless steel sink. And more storage below. Now we've got a little spot here that we can put our sink covers in here when we're using the sink, so that they've got a place to go, and our garbage. And what I really like is that you have 2 points of access for the garbage. So here we have more storage. We can get to our sink covers and a little extra storage. the GFCI protected 2110 outlet right there. Then we have the LG freezer with ice maker and refrigerator. Then we have the pull-out pantry with adjustable shelves. So if you want to make that, tall enough for like cereal boxes or oatmeal, you can easily do that. Just adjust those shelves. And more drawer space. Down below here, we have the RVCO and propane gas alarm, and then we have our dirt bevel where we can just attach the hoses and vacuum out the front and the rear of the coach. Then we come to our main spider panel here. So on our home page, you're going to see the time of day. You're going to have the level of the house and the chassis batteries and the temperature in the front and the rear of the coach. And then we've got our fresh tank levels, gray and black tank levels. We can turn on our aqua hot burner from right here, our water pump, and our take heaters. Then we've got the lights for the living room, hall light, bed ceiling lights, and backlight. And then we can turn our generator on from here. It's also going to give us our generator hours. Then we go into the light button, and then we've got all the lights for the main area. We've got the master on and off switch, which is really nice to have. The bedroom and bath, and the entry and the exterior. Here's our electrical panel. So this is going to let you know that we're connected to shore power. Shore power is going through the charger and inverter to the house batteries. And then again, we can start and stop our generator from here. So I'm just going to click into the generator here. This is where it's going to show us our generator hours. Stop it, start it. You can do your auto gen start disabled. And then you've got your easy setup for your auto gen start, or you can go to manual setup. This is where you get to set the triggers, when you want it to start, how many times you want it to try, to attempt to retry, and then the running time and the max running time, and your quiet time. Then we've got our climate control here. So you can adjust your temperature there. You can also sync your zones so that they're both at the exact same. And then you have your aqua hot settings. So you can go there and you can go to your diagnostics, your faults, your tests, and then go back. You can turn on your heat pump from here, your furnace, your fan controls, high, low, and auto, and then your electric if you want to be on your electric element or your diesel burner, or go into your quiet mode. This is for your slide rooms. You need to make sure that your ignition is on and that your park brake is set. Then you can extend and retract your slide rooms. Make sure everything's out of the way. Watch out for those captain's chairs up front. You should have a checklist, pre-trip checklist for the inside the coach and the outside the coach. If you don't have one, email me at Angie@NIRVC.com. Then we have our fans. We have the galley fan, then mid-bath fan, and then our ceiling fan for the bedroom. So then you can go into your settings. You can change the theme, your screen brightness. You can also change the time here. System updates. This is where you'd go in to update the system. Your screen settings. Diagnostics, cleaning mode, so you can clean this panel. Wireless settings, your mobile app. So this is where you would download the Mirror app and then pair it to this so that you can control a lot of the same functions that you can control from this spider panel you can do on your phone. And it's going to give you your coach model right there and the version that you're running. I'm going to walk into the hallway here to the master bedroom, but actually I'm in the middle of the bathroom. I'm going to show you. All you have to do is take that door and then push it. Now you've got full privacy from the front of the coach. Kind of opens up this area here. So you've got access to your shower and your sink and your toilet here. Makes it feel a bit bigger, and you can still have privacy from the bedroom as well. So kind of makes this bathroom feel a little bit bigger having it on both sides of the coaches. So I'm going to go ahead and step into the shower just so you can see how big it is. I've got plenty of room. So I've got the little skylight here, but then we've got the light. When I open that up, it's a lot of space here. And then shut that. We've got a little spot here for your soaps and your shampoos. We have the AquaView shower miser. So this is great, especially if you're dry camping. You want to conserve the water in your fresh tank, and you don't want to needlessly fill up your gray tank either. So what this does is you're going to turn this little lever and it's going to recycle the water until it's warm. When this bulb lights up, then you know your water's warm. Go ahead and change the lever, and now the water's going to come out. So you have your handheld wand here, a towel bar, a little assist bar as you get in and out, the glass shower doors, and again, you just want to make sure those are locked into place before you go into travel so that they're not moving when you're going down the road. So now we just walk across over here into the bathroom area. We've got a nice big countertop here, our sink. Check out all that storage above. And then we've got drawers, two 110 on a GFCI protected outlet, more storage, our towel bar here, toilet paper holder. We've got a window, we can open that up, we can shut it for privacy too. And then we've got more storage, great place for the toilet paper, and our toilet with the pedal controls, and our vent fan for the midship bath. Now heading into the beautiful master bedroom, we've got this massive king size bed. When I've got all the windows open, it really opens up this space, and I love that because if you're in a beautiful campground, even when I wake up in the morning, I want to see what it looks like outside. So I love this big window behind you on your headboard, and then you've got the cross windows so you can get that cross breeze, which is really nice. They open, that's new I believe for 2027. And then you've got your reading lights above the bed, directional lights here at the headboard, and then storage and two 110 outlets up in that storage area. And you have the same on the other side with the two storage compartments and the two 110 outlets. So on both sides of the bed, you have a nice little nightstand here, two 110 outlets. You've got another spider control panel, and then we've got the USB-C, USB charging port, and a little cubby. You also have space here. So I love that extra space. You could actually put a book or a magazine down there, but it also gives you space when you're making the bed so you're not ripping your rings off as you try to make your bed every morning. As we come into the bedroom closet area, lots to talk about here. We have our TV for the bedroom, and then we just pushed open and check out all that storage behind there. You've got your Wi-Fi router, and you've got two 110 outlets, two 110 outlets. So great compartment there. And then we've got our breaker box here, washer and dryer. We don't want to go anywhere without that, right? By Splendide. Then we've got our two mirrored closets. So we've got our wardrobe bar. We've got that air line if we need that for outside. And then you can access that wardrobe from either side of the mirrors. Now let's check out the drawers. So nice full extension drawers. Wiring behind this drawer, let me know. I'll tell you how I found out. More drawer space. So quite a bit of storage here in the master bedroom. Just when I thought I was done, there's more. So you do have under the bed storage as well. And this is my favorite part about the Super C, is that you get this big window in the bedroom. And this is also an emergency egress window. You also have your blackout shades and your day shades and two 110 outlets here in the window. So this is probably the most impressed I've been with slides in, how much space you have. So tons of space. You can easily get into your bathroom, your bed, your pantry, the freezer, like no problem, microwave, kitchen. Look at all this space that you get here when you have this cabinet, the optional fireplace, and storage. Tons of space in this 38AB. So we're here at the cab, so we get to talk about all the cool things, and probably the coolest thing is this chair. So this is your pneumatic leather chair. Lots of features on it to give you just a great ride. So first of all, we have the lumbar support, so you can adjust those as needed. Then this is kind of my carnival ride seat. So Ready? I'm going up, up, up. If the steering wheel wasn't in the way, I could go even higher. But you can basically put air in it or let air out and get it right to where it's a comfortable height for you to drive. Once you get it there, then you're just going to lock that into place. So now it's not going to go up and down anymore. This button here will allow the cushion to go forward and back when you're moving, or you can lock it in so it doesn't move. This right here will allow you to pull that cushion forward or back. And then this lever right here allows you to tilt. You can actually tilt the seat and get it to the right position. So literally, you can really customize how you sit in this seat and make it a very comfortable ride. Then right down here by our nice handle grab bar here, we've got the disconnect for our chassis batteries. Then down here by my feet, I've got the Deutsch plug. So our technicians at National Indoor RV Centers can plug into this and get diagnostics off your engine. Then we've got our ignition right here. Don't be looking for it on the right side because it's on the left. Kind of crazy, right? So here we have the controls for our window. We can lock and unlock the doors. Then we've got the power adjustable mirrors. I was wrong. I thought they were all manual, but now you can just click over and I can adjust that top mirror. The bottom is manual, and then you've got the defrost for your mirrors as well. Grab bar, your door handle, and storage. We've got the lever here so we can adjust the steering column to the right position. Then up here we have our lights, so they're off, running lights, headlights. Then our left-hand paddle is just obviously for our turn signals, left and right. Pull forward to flash your headlights or push back to keep your high beams on. And then obviously we have our windshield wiper fluid here and our windshield wipers. You can adjust the speed there, very, very automotive-like. Then we come up to the front dash here. So we can scroll through the information on our screen. So here we are at the home button, and then if you push down, you've got your trip information and your leg information. Then we've got our speed, our gauges, diesel particulate filter, tire pressure monitor, locks, and power takeoff. So alerts, diagnostics, engine maintenance, and your trans prognostics, dash brightness, lighting units, time, etc. And then we have the alarm clock. Then we have the volume controls for your radio, your horn here, and don't forget we have the air horn. I'm gonna love that every time I do it. Then you can Bluetooth your phone to your coach so you can answer a call and hang up a call. You can also set your cruise control and then resume it or cancel it. Here you can flash your headlights, or here you can flash your marker lights, and then you can just go to your quick button here. This will just take you to your power takeoff or your fast idle. One of the things I love about Freightliner is everything is right here at your fingertips. So you have your Allison transmission controls right here, so drive, neutral, and reverse. Then you can push in here to go to manual mode, and then pull forward to upshift and push back to downshift. And then just to go back into auto, you're going to just push and hold. Then we have our park brake. So you need to pull to apply this, push to release it. Here are your hazards. Our dome light, so that's just above me. Our footwell light and our ATC spin. Then we have our fast idle, our aux start, which is your battery boost. So when you leave your coach, if you come back and either your house battery or your chassis batteries are dead, you want to you'll push that aux start to tie your batteries together to get enough power to then start your chassis batteries or start your house batteries. If it still won't start, you're going to want to try to start your generator, let that run for a little while, then try the aux start again. You can start and stop your generator from here. And here's your radio and camera button. So when you're not driving the coach and you want to have your radio and camera on, you would hit that button so that you can play it in the house. Then we have our tow low air warning light. We also have the light here for our HWH leveling system. This is so great. It's super easy. You just turn it on and go to auto level. It's going to try to auto level. If for some reason it can't, it's going to let you know that there's an excessive slope. You may need to just move the coach just a little bit and then try it again. You can see right now that we're in travel mode. It's ready to go, so the jacks are up. When you do the auto level, when you have 4 solid dots in each corner, that means you're level. If you want to manually dump, you can do that here. Or if you want to adjust the front or the back or the side, you can do that manually here. But when you're ready to go, just get to auto store and it will go to travel mode and you'll be good to go. Then we've got our AC controls, so the level of the fan, the direction of the airflow, and then the cool and the hot. And we've got the 2 cup holders, and you also get some little key fobs just for the house. So you can turn on the lights and then lock the house, not the cab, just the house. Next up is our Garmin. So what you really need to do here is sign in, get an account, and then there's a lot more functionality here. This is going to bring you to your navigation window. So you got your campgrounds. It will let you know where there's close campgrounds. You can go back, you can track back, you can look at traffic, trip history, trip planner, vehicle profile, view maps, voice command, weather radar. All this is going to be working once you have an account. And then you can go to your tools here. You've got your browsers. You go to your cameras really quick and scroll through those, get to your reverse. And then you can go back, documents, downloads, owner's manual. That's really handy to have. If you need to look at that while you're going down the road, you can access that. And then your phone, pitch and roll, rear view, RV controls, and service history. Now what I also like about this is that you can literally, so as the co-pilot, I could put this in my lap. I could put in the address that we're going to. Everything here is still our radio. I can still turn on the radio, adjust the volume, mute it, and seek and find, so it's still workable. So then I can put it back on there, and if I want to get to my radio here, here's my power control for my radio, and then I can find my stations. So you can do a lot from this panel. You just really need to set up your account. Then you've got your USB and USB-C charging port and your 12-volt charging port. You have storage above the driver and the passenger and in the center. And then of course you've got your lights, so your reading lights, and your speakers in the back that give you great sound quality here in the cab and in the house. All right, so who's ready to take the Allegro Bay for a test drive? I know I am. And if you're interested in doing that, make sure you come out to National Indoor RV Centers where you can test drive the coach of your dreams so that you can make sure you're getting into the right coach. Now, one of the things that you're gonna love about this Super C cab is that these are leather pneumatic suspension seats. So they go up and down. They're really comfy. So we're gonna go test those out along with everything else. So now I'm going to just get ready to pull out here. My cameras are gonna give me views down the sides of the coaches when I turn on my blinkers. Really easy to drive a Super C because your tires are out in front of you. So it's just like driving a big truck. Engine is in front, so we'll have a little bit more noise, but I think you'll be impressed of how quiet it is and how comfortable the ride is. So nice and quiet. You're going to have a little bit of engine noise as you get up to speed, but really impressed with how quiet this is. So now I've got my right turn signal on, and I'm going to, obviously I can see down the full right side of my coach. That's great, especially when you're turning or when you're on the freeway ready to change lanes. You'll know what's to either side of you. So I barely even had to go into the other lane when I pulled out, so a pretty good turning radius here. We'll test it all out. So a lot of people like a Super C, they like having the engine in front of them, and then they like it because, you know, you can kind of service the engine without having to come into the house part at all. So a couple little bonuses to the Super C. Plus it makes you feel like kind of like a trucker. I had to do that, and there was no one in front of me, so I didn't scare anyone. But you know, like as a kid, didn't everyone do that? So you do have the engine brake. So as I take my foot off of the accelerator, I don't have my foot on the brake until right now, and it totally slows me down. So that's going to help aid you when stopping. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get on the freeway. This is where the fun begins, and that's what I always say about RVing. Part of the joy of this lifestyle is the getting there. So I do love that you get to enjoy and see this whole country as you get there, and then you get to your destination, you get to enjoy it. Speaking of destinations, a lot of my customers don't know where to go on their first trip. Well, we can help you with that. So go and check out aimclub.org, all-inclusive motorhome club. You get a free 1-year membership when you purchase a coach with us. And I'm telling you, that gives you discounts for some of our services. Plus, we have amazing rallies. So we have a whole events team that is tasked with finding unique locations, really nice resorts, and then you get to do fun and interesting things that you might not have found on your own. We've done side-by-sides, we've done horseback riding, whitewater rafting, we've done Washington DC. We went and saw the monuments at night, which was really cool. We've been on a military ship and had dinner and dancing on the ship one night. Whale watching, dolphin watching, you name it, I think we've done it. So it's an active, fun group, and we'd love to have you come on one of our rallies. And really, when I tell people, it's one of the first things they should do after buying a coach is come to a rally, because RVers are just great people. They want to help you. All you have to do is sit in front of a coach kind of with your, like you're thinking about something, and you're going to have like 5 people run up to you and say, how can I help you? So at these rallies, you sit with different people at dinner every night, and you're going to learn about parks and things that you need and where you should go, where you shouldn't go, and all the good stuff. So make sure you check out aimclub.org. All right, so I'm just going to get up to speed here. I've set my cruise control, and now I'm going to take my foot off the accelerator, sit back, and enjoy the getting there. And also, I want to do my decibel reader. So 74.5 is the decibel reader, so that's a little bit louder than your Class A diesels, but you know that going in. Still is very quiet. You can still have a conversation with your co-pilot, with people in the back. Not a problem. So now, again, that engine brake is slowing me down as I come into a tight curve here as I'm exiting the freeway, but you can see how nice this handles. Super smooth. I'm telling ya, this is fun, guys. This is a fun way to see the country, fun way to take your family with you. I'm telling you, you'll make memories and have experiences that you'll never forget. And really, isn't it all about the experiences? It's not about the gifts and all that kind of stuff. Those end up getting thrown away, but like memories are what we're making here. And that's what's so fun about RVing. This Freightliner chassis really does a nice job giving you a great ride with the different suspensions that we have and the sack shocks. It just really looks like a truck, like, pretty bad A, but pretty comfy. So if you are looking to purchase a coach, there's 2 events that you need to put on your calendar. You only need to come to one of them, but if you want to come to both, that's great too. We have the Music City Motorhome Expo that is the end of every May and 1st of June, which is where we bring in and introduce all the new model year products. We have an offering from all the major manufacturers. They bring their engineers, their product designers, you name it. And then the best thing about it is that you can test drive any coach that we have on display. So a lot of times customers will think, I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy Coach X. Well, then they come and they test drive Coach X, Y, and Z, and they're like, ooh, Z was pretty nice. That was a nice drive. Maybe I need to think about this more, do a little bit more research. It's a great place to vet your decisions. It's a capped event, so we limit the crowd. You're never going to have huge crowds. And it's sort of like an AIM event. It's like an AIM shopping event because we cover your food, your drink, all your meals, your entertainment at night, and we have amazing entertainment at night. So far, within the last couple of expos we've had, Sarah Evans, Diamond Rio, Josh Turner, Scotty McCreary. This year, Chris Young, the band Perry, and even more exciting entertainment that's coming. So it is just the most fun event, and plus you get to find the coach of your dreams. So it's really, really cool. And your ticket price is refunded back to the coach that you purchased with National Indoor RV Centers, and you can purchase something at the expo or within a year and you still get your ticket price refunded back to your deal. Plus we cover some travel expenses too, because we understand these things are not cheap to drive across the country so you can go shopping. Now, if you can't make the Music City Motorhome Expo, then mark your calendars for November, West Coast. We're going to be doing the expo in Las Vegas. If you can't make Music City, come to Las Vegas. This year in 2026, it is November 7th through the 11th. We already have just about 100 people on our wait list just to register. Registering will open soon, and then we're going to fill that up. And it's just a great time, great place to really figure out what you want. Have a great time with like-minded people and shop in a non-stressful, non-pressure filled environment. So make sure you go to our website, NIRVC.com, and then go to the events tab to get all the information. I hope you've enjoyed my tour today at the Tiffin 2027 Allegro Bay. Again, this is the 38AB. I'm sure you're wondering how much this gorgeous coach would cost you. Well, MSRP is $430,128. Never pay MSRP. Make sure you give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. And remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less with National Indoor RV Centers. So we will try to make the buying process super easy. Again, we want you to be informed. We want you to take a test drive. We've got financing. You know, you can finance this beautiful coach for 20 years. So what are you waiting for? We take in trades, we do consignments. Seriously, we try to make it so easy and a fun experience, because you're buying fun. This is your dream. This is going to fulfill your dreams and give you great adventures. So make sure you give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember, hit the like and subscribe. Also check out my RVing 101 series, our Bob Moses ceramic coat video, and our retro band video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.